Hello, beautiful souls. Thanks for tuning in to another Spiritually Ziya Pick a Card. Today we're going to be getting some rest of the year messages. So the way that this reading is going to work is I'm going to do a overall energy check for the rest of the year, and then we're going to break down the months two at a time. So it'll be July and August, September and October, and November and December, and I'll be pulling one oracle card and one tarot card for each of the three sections. So we have three doors in front of you. For the first door, we have this blue door. For the second door, we have this wooden door. And for the third door, we have this darker door with a light peeking through. And as always, feel free to pause the video, take as much time as you guys need, and whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and check out the timestamps, and I'll see you guys at your reading. Hello, Power One. If you're drawn to the blue door, this is going to be your reading. When I was tapping into your guys' energy, I kept hearing Sagittarius season. So Sagittarius season is going to be a significant time for you guys. I feel like you're going to start to see maybe some progress moving forward in a venture that you started or that you've been investing a lot of time and energy into. Something else, that I was picking up was next year is going to be your guys' year. So this is the rest of the year reading, but I feel like there's a message of you guys laying the groundwork this year. So maybe this year you haven't seen as much progress as you would have liked in some sort of venture, but next year, because you've worked so hard, you've laid the groundwork, you're going to start to see some beautiful progress moving forward. And if you reduce 2026 down, it reduces down to a 10 in numerology math, I should say. And that is all about ending some sort of cycle and starting something new. If you reduce 10 down, it reduces to a 1. So yeah, next year I feel like is your guys' year. You're going to take off. And I'm hearing the astrological new year, not January 1st, right? So the astrological new year starts in Aries season. Fire sign energy coming through strong. Sagittarius, Aries, those could be very powerful times for you guys. I think we have Leo season coming up really soon. So don't be surprised if something significant happens for you in Leo season 2. There's something about Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries that is coming out right now. So yeah, that could just also be your zodiac sign. Doesn't have to be, though. It could just be extra confirmation for those that feel like they need it. But when I'm looking at this door, I'm feeling magic, like magical vibes. Somebody who's maybe utilizing their tools and their abilities, things that they have around them to manifest and create the life of their wildest dreams. And something that is really helping. Oh, my flower just fell off. Hey, wants to make an appearance apparently. I was trying to dry it out, so I had it hanging up and it just fell off. We'll put it right here just because I feel like it wants to be part of your guys' reading. My mom actually gave this to me, so if this is your pile, Mom, say what's up. My mom's birthday is actually July 27th, and she's a Leo. Okay, so July 27th could be significant for somebody here. We see like the star on here, which is making me think of dreams coming true, manifestations coming to real life, things that you've been energetically calling in are finally starting to become tangible. And yesterday, because I did try to film this already yesterday and I just could not channel properly. Yesterday when I was tapping into the energy, I did see a spider like weaving a web. And that is symbolic like to networking. Yeah, networking is significant. Building an online presence. I feel like throughout the rest of this year, that's something that you probably already been working on, but I do see you making progress in that. But by next year, I see you guys in the limelight. Okay? Yeah, stardom. I keep hearing stardom. You're meant to be in the spotlight. And I feel like you're somebody who does very well in the spotlight and under pressure. The spirit guides were like, we ain't make this diamond without no pressure, okay? You are a diamond in the rough. But spiders can also be symbolic of like femininity and magic, like I was saying before. Um, and I think spiders are also connected to Loki. So I don't know if that's like an energy that maybe you guys work with or that you might feel called to work with. Loki can be a little bit of a trickster, but I mean, maybe that's your vibe. Anyways, we'll put your door over here. Actually, there's a message on the back. It says, the art of life. There is no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Yes, that's like literally what I was just saying. Like, you guys are meant to be in the spotlight. It's like you have dimmed your light for so long, trying to conform to what society wants you to be, trying to be the perfect coworker, the perfect partner, the perfect this, the perfect that. And in doing that, you've actually been making yourself small. You've been trying to make other people comfortable. You've been trying to, be more digestible for people. But that's not your vibe. That's not who you're meant to be. You're not meant to be for everyone. And that's why you'll notice a lot of times, no matter how much you try, no matter what you do, some people just don't like you. It's not even a you thing, it's a them thing. You're so confident in your own energy, you shine so brightly that these people's shadows get so triggered by you. You make people take a look in the mirror when they don't want to. That's something that they've been avoiding. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't take it personal when a motherfucker don't like you, okay? Because it's not you, it's them. It's always been them. They trying to project their negativity and their own doubts and self-esteem issues onto you. Fuck, fuck that. All right, so I have like a overall breakdown of what this year or the rest of this year, I should say, is going to consist of. And then I broke down the months two at a time. So there's going to be 3 tarot cards and 3 oracle cards breaking down July and August, and then September and October, and then November and December. So that's kind of how this is going to go, and hopefully that made sense. We have consciousness. And soon as I seen this card, I heard, I see through your bullshit. So I feel like your guys' ability to see through people's masks, their false personas, is just going to be so high. And I think you've already had this ability anyways, but it's just like the rest of this year, you're going to be even surprised by your own intuition and what you are right about. Maybe in the past you've doubted yourself a lot because other people have like gaslit you and made you feel like you were wrong or like you're crazy for picking up certain things, and then turns out in the end like, oh yeah, I was fucking right the whole time. Yeah, there's going to be no doubt in your mind. There is no questioning. You're just going to know. You're going to know when somebody's telling you some bullshit. You're going to know when something shady is going on. You're going to know when somebody don't like you. Like your level of consciousness and your ability to see through the distortion, the deception is going to be wild. I just heard it. That's crazy work. We got destiny number 11. Inspiring others, living a spiritual life, and showing light to others in your destiny for this life. Keep check on your nervous system or your nervous tensions, and take material life lightly. But anyways, destiny number 11, this is also a master number. I feel like you guys are mastering like the path of individuality, helping others awaken to their own individuality and access their power through acceptance of the self. You're like teaching radical acceptance all through just giving it to yourself. You don't even have to do anything other than doing it for yourself. And that inspires others. That kind of lights the way for others when they are in the darkness, going through those hardships. We got habit. It says, it is often said that the secret to our success is hidden within our daily routines. For all big things are really just the sum of a million little things, done consistently, done diligently over time. And how beautiful it is to know that we have the power to create a reality one short day at a time, one simple choice at a time, one sweet thought at a time. So tell me now, how can you see, or can you see how your habits are creating your reality today? Which is so fitting because I was literally talking about that, like you creating the life of your wildest dreams. This is through you being more conscious of your habits, your intentions, the energy that you are putting out and that you are putting in to yourself. The rest of this year is all about breaking toxic habits, walking away from toxic people, people that are feeding these low vibrations, so that way you can move toward enlightenment, growth, evolution, success, abundance, prosperity, love, right? All of the things that you feel like you've been lacking because you have been aligned, or I shouldn't even say aligned, you've been misaligned with your purpose, with your destiny. The rest of this year is all about you living a life that is filled with more purpose. That's really what it comes down to. You being conscious of the energy that you're putting in, so that way you can make sure that you're investing in things that fill you with purpose, emotional fulfillment, joy. You guys are on, I heard, a path of oneness, okay? I feel like this is crooked. It's going to bother me. I hate when I'm watching it back and I think the cards are all straight, and then I watch it back and they're all like lopsided in the frame. Cute. And we got surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So the rest of this year is going to be an opportunity for you to experience more pleasure in life, more love, more sweetness. It's going to feel like things suddenly shift into an energy of ease, relief. Even if like your physical circumstances are still kind of like the same, it's like your energy and how you deal with it. They say like you're always going to have stresses in life. It's about how you manage your stress though. And I feel like the way that you're managing your stress and stressful situations, stressful decisions, is going to be next level, because you are accessing a new level of consciousness and because you are shifting to that timeline that you need in order to have what it is that you truly desire, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, I feel like the rest of this year is going to be magical for you guys. It's going to feel magical. You guys are going to be able to enjoy more experiences that bring you like a sense of like ease, joy. It's like basking in the energy of delight. That Venusian energy always just makes me think of, beauty, pleasure, passion, excitement, relaxation. I'm also feeling like for some of you guys, the rest of this year, you're going to be connecting with another person. And that depends on you and your situation, how you're connecting with them, whether that's platonic, romantic, or business-wise, or all the above, right? You guys are going to be connecting with another person that I think is going to be very uplifting for you. And they're also on the same time as you are, which means they're helping you shift this energy even faster, but also transition into it smoother, if that makes sense. Like we always got to go through that adjustment period. And I feel like they make that adjustment period easy. So, yeah. And it's not to say that the connection is always easy either. That's not what I'm saying. But it feels like you guys are in a period where things just feel a lot easier when it comes to this person and to just life in general. So, yeah, that's exciting. I love this energy so far. Beautiful. All right, so let's jump into the first section, July and August. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Keyword is memories on it. And we have delight. Literally, number 19. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Number 19 is the number of the sun card as well. So this is just also giving me that energy of you feeling free, expressing your creativity, expressing your light. We literally have the word light and delight, right? And I just heard delicious, okay? That's kind of the vibe. Like you sinking your teeth into the sweetness of life, being able to enjoy, like I said, the pleasures of life. Things just feel a lot more smoother for you July and August. And the Six of Cups being in reverse is, I feel like there is going to be some moments in July and August where maybe old feelings are coming up, or you're dealing with old people. Regardless of what it is, it's you releasing this. It's not coming in because you're moving backwards. It's actually because you're about to, step through this portal, and you go through like a judgment period before you transition into like your new life per se, where you have to review the past and see what it is that you need to finish integrating so that way you can move forward and, keep the love and the lessons and release all of that energetic baggage that does not need to come with you into this new paradigm, this new chapter, whatever you want to call it. You feel so confident, you feel so vibrant, radiant in the next 2 months. Like, you guys are just going to be feeling yourself. I'm hearing that Beyonce song. I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. Feeling my... So, yeah, you guys are just going to be feeling yourself. You guys are going to be feeling like you are just aligned, attuned. You're in the right place at the right time. And you're the right person. You have the right vibe. There's nobody else that can do it like you. And you know this. You know you are. And I'm so proud of you. Okay? That's what your spirit guides want to say. I'm so proud of you. Like, you've been doing the damn thing. You should be proud of yourself. Celebrate your little victories. Celebrate your big victories. Celebrate your personality, your uniqueness, your eccentricity. Next, we have for September and October, the Page of Swords with Vigilance. Hi, baby. And we got Synergy with number 41. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Ooh, okay. I like to see that. Your mind is going to be so sharp when it comes to September and October. Like, your ability to be decisive, take action, to use your discernment, to make these life-changing moves, decisions in your life is going to be wow. And there is no word other than wow. You're utilizing your gift of alchemy to create new things in your life. Like it literally says, never seen before combinations and unions. You're utilizing your gift, your spiritual strength of being able to alchemize and transmute energy and to manifest, to create new things. Like, you're going to be able to combine things that normally don't go together, but it's going to work for you. It's going to be successful for you. So if we reduce 41 down, this reduces to a 5 in numerology math, and 5 is all about change, evolution. It can also indicate challenges and obstacles, and I feel like you guys are in, September and October. Any challenges or obstacles that try to get in your way, any interferences, I feel like you guys are utilizing that to kind of like become a stepping stone, a catalyst for greater evolution, growth, and healing, love. So it's like you taking somebody's like negative energy and transmuting that into something that is actually going to be beneficial for you. Like, okay, thank you for thank you for that. I needed that so I could make this happen. You feel like in September and October you could be feeling called to starting some sort of new skill or learning a new hobby or practice or something. There is something about that with the Page of Swords coming out. You guys gaining some sort of new knowledge or a new skill set. For November and December, we have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse with unity. And we have number 34 with passion. It says the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath each intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within the intensity, moving us from the chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So, in November, I don't know why I said it backwards like that, but something is becoming very clear. I feel like if you were torn between two different paths and which way to go, two different passions of you, it's almost like September and October, you found a way to merge these things together, to make them one, whereas maybe in the past you thought you had to choose one. It's like, no, you can choose both. You can have both. And you can actually create something new from these things. And there's something about that in November and December, like you actually harmonizing the two, or your decision being very clear as to which way you need to go to make something happen. For those of you that feel like you have had like a lot of emotional outbursts, like your energies felt very chaotic, I feel like you are finding the calm in that. Things are starting to settle down more, and I keep hearing self-regulation, like you learning how to self-regulate, how to self-soothe in a healthier way. I feel like when things start to feel very chaotic and intense, that's actually a good indication that things are shifting and changing for you. And if we reduce 34 down, this reduces to a 7. And 7 is all about insight, reflection, introspection. It is a highly spiritual number, highly intuitive, and it's almost like you utilizing that chaos and conflict and intensity as a compass, pointing you in the direction of your purpose, of your destiny. And I just keep hearing you're in the eye of the storm. So it's like you're watching everything transpire without directly being affected in November and December. It's like a blessing for you, because it's like, whereas maybe in the past you were very influenced by the chaos, the negativity, you know, it had like war on your energy very heavily. It's like that doesn't really affect you anymore. You're, like I said, you're finding the calm in it, I guess. Is there any other messages here? Basically a full chakra system upgrade. I guess I could say. And then yeah, the sun's energy. We got Venus coming out. I'm getting Jupiter energy. I think I'm gonna leave that here because I don't have much else to say. But I hope this reading resonates with you guys, and I'm sending you guys lots of love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss when I upload. Hope to see you guys in my next one. Take care. Hello, pile 2. If you're drawn to the second door, this is going to be your reading. So when I was tapping into the energy, I was feeling very strongly like a connection to some sort of higher power, a higher consciousness, some sort of like culture, practice, religion that seems significant for you guys for the rest of the year. Whether this is something that you guys are like actively seeking, or maybe you're learning more about different religions or cultures, different practices, or you're just trying to figure out what resonates or works for you. This does feel like a significant journey for you guys that you guys are embarking on. So I just felt like I needed to say that right off the get-go. And there's also something that keeps coming in about like this door just kind of looks like it has like a golden glow about it, and it's making me feel like this new path, this new door that you're about to walk through is full of like abundance, change, prosperity, growth, and opportunities for you to be able to experience more like harmony and balance in your day-to-day life. That's kind of just what I'm channeling right off the get-go. And as I was about to start this reading, my mom's car alarm started going off. I'm pretty sure they set it off on an accident. So it just feels like there's something like important, not necessarily a warning, but something that is trying to get your attention. It's very loud, it's very in your face, very in your energy, whatever it is, right? It's wanting your attention. It keeps trying to get your attention. And I'm pretty sure my mom's key fob is so sensitive right now because her battery's dying. So it could be something that is quite literally draining your energy, that needs your attention. So, I mean, I guess you could look at it as a warning if you wanted, but it just feels more like it's very in your face, but it's more subtle than like a warning of like danger or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not even going to try to over explain on that because I don't know how else to put that into words. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. So we're going to put this card. Oh, actually, this card has a message on the back. It says, a stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimates the kindness of a loving stranger. So in the rest of the year, okay, so the next like 6 months, you could be meeting somebody new that could be uplifting you in some way, guiding you. Now, this could be this new practice or religion or whatever that you're kind of like looking more into, like a spiritual guide coming in, or this could be a friend, a new friend coming in. It does feel more spiritual to me, but it doesn't have to be limited to spirituality, if that makes sense. And we'll put that right here, and we'll kind of go over the general overview, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into like more specific areas. I did break them down into 2 months at a time, so it'll be July and August, September and October, and then November and December. So we have abundance. I love this because wasn't I just talking about that with that door, like that glow? It was just making me feel like you're about to step into abundance. This gives me the vibe of like the Empress card. I know it's not in this deck. I don't think it is anyways. But it does make me feel like that. Like you're getting an opportunity that you never thought that you would have, that maybe you've only like daydreamed about. Like maybe it's a new job offer or something, or like a lump sum of money like falling into your lap somehow. You know, believe in magic is what I'm hearing. Believe in magic, believe in miracles, because that can happen for you. But it just makes me feel like you are just sitting in your power and you are knowing what you're deserving of now, which is attracting what you truly desire into your life. Let's look at the other cards. I feel like I can get more messages from this, but I'm going to see what else comes out. We got angel number 333, encouragement and assistance, anticipate good news or a burst of creativity, or be the bearer of good news and positive vibes yourself. Harmony of mind, body, and soul, literally. Oh my goodness, I love it. You guys have some good things to look forward to in the rest of the year, okay? We got abundance coming out again. Shut the F up. True abundance, my love, is not just about money. True abundance is about recognizing with grace and humility what has already been sent your way. Abundant in life, abundant in love, abundant in movement, abundant in the almond milk latte your coworker brought you this morning. Start to appreciate the ways in which you are already so looked after. Start to build wealth in the little things, and you will find the rest comes easy. The rest of the year, you guys are just going to be in that energy of like gratitude. Your energy feels a lot more relaxed as well. Like you're not so like stressed out if there's been anything that has been kind of like stressing you out, weighing in your energy. You've been carrying it and harboring it, and it's just been stewing and creating tension. I don't feel like you're carrying that in the rest of the year. I think you guys have like integrated or transmuted this. And it's funny because when I pulled your cards, you guys literally had integration on the bottom. And it says the frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. And this is card 30, which reduces down to a 3 as well. And you got 333. So threes could definitely be significant for you, but 3 is also, like I said, the number of the Empress, and the Empress is also Venusian energy. So you guys are going to be very much in your divine feminine power, your divine feminine energy. You guys are going to be feeling more balanced, more well-rounded, more relaxed. You're going to start to feel and realize, see all of these different shifts in your physical reality because of all of the shifts that you just went through energetically, spiritually, mentally. Okay, I feel like you guys have just went through like a major upgrade in your energy. And you know, during that upgrade, it was probably very messy, very chaotic. You probably cried a lot, but it has brought you where you are going today. And you couldn't be more appreciative of those instances where you maybe cried all day, maybe flipped out, maybe had, you know, your bad day or whatever you want to call it. Like, you couldn't be more grateful for that because that actually was helping you align with this new frequency, this new vibration that you guys are stepping into that is bringing in this abundance. We got High Earth, Harath. I don't know how to say this. It says longing for home, homesick for the stars. Okay, so there's definitely going to be some periods of time where, because you guys are going through some major energy shifts, and I feel like you guys are having like a sense of remembrance within your soul of like a place that is not here on this physical realm, I guess you could say. It's maybe a place like your soul's star system that it originates from or something. You know what I mean? Like, it could be you yearning for that sense of home. It's something that is not here on the earthly plane, but I feel you will feel more comfortable if you're outside more. You know, the mother is the great healer for us starseeds that do start to feel homesick for, you know, the place that our soul considers to be home. And I do feel like you will have periods of time where you kind of miss this place because you're having this sense of remembrance or this great awakening, I guess you could say. And you know that, how do I explain this? It's like you can sense that you're not from here. Maybe that's kind of what's leading you on this journey of trying to look into different practices, different religions, different cultures. You're kind of like looking to understand this feeling that you've been picking up on. You know, feeling like you're not from here, feeling like you're from a different frequency, a different vibration, a different dimension, a different star system, and just trying to understand what that means for you. I am also feeling like Buddhism energy here for some reason, like Shakti energy, Shiva. I'm getting Ganesha and Buddha. So that could be significant for somebody here. Maybe you're feeling more like pulled to learning more about Buddhism, or working with the different deities that are linked to like Buddhist culture. Other than like you guys learning how to appreciate, you know, the little things, celebrating your little wins, I just see like a major shift within your perception and the way that you view like your reality. I feel like you're gonna feel more wealthy in the sense of like like your wealth isn't determined on your money. Your wealth is determined on like your health. Every day you get to wake up with breath in your body. Every day you get to spend time with your family. Every day you get to, fill your belly with warm food. Like that is your kind of wealth. And I think because you guys are in that energy of being able to appreciate life a little bit more and what everything has to offer, I think that's what's getting you into that Empress energy that we've been talking about. Like you're attracting more goodness, more pleasure, more sweetness into your life. Let's pull some more cards and get deeper into your guys's other areas. You guys kept getting 2 freaking cards for everything, and I was like, oh my gosh. So 222 could be significant for you guys as well. You could just be seeing a lot of repeating numbers all day, every day. Angel numbers are talking to you. The universe is talking to you, like letting you know that they support you, that they're there for you, that no matter what you're going through, like you're getting through that. They're making sure that you are always protected. They're giving you what you need to continue to pull yourself out of bed every single day. Like you have divine support, divine assistance. That's what your angel numbers want you to know always. That they support you in your journey, in your endeavors, and that you're on the right track. You're on the right path. You are. We got Divine Feminine with number 21. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. And this is for July and August. And your tarot cards are 5 of Wands with battles. And we have the 6 of Cups with memories. See, typically I would have put these back, but they just felt so significant because I feel like you guys have been feeling almost out of touch with your connections, feeling like there's been more conflict than harmony in your connections. But I want to tell you, like July and August, things are starting to look up. I feel like those situations where you find yourself in conflict with another person, like you feeling conflicted, is actually turning into you guys being able to like work through different things that have been creating tension in your energy. And I am getting the vibe of you being more open and others also being more open with you in July and August, like letting you in more, being more transparent. And because of that, you guys are actually like healing together. You guys are growing together. And this is like what you've wanted the whole time, is what I keep getting. Like this is all you've been wanting, is to have more openness in your relationships. And when you feel like you're closed out, that's when that like resentment starts to build up because you don't know what's going on. You're just seeing like their actions are reflecting, their shadow, and you know this. But it's like, why is this being directed towards me? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do anything but try to support you. I'm here. I love you. Like, I want you to show up for me the way that I show up for you. Because, 6 of Cups is also about reciprocating energy. Somebody giving you the same energy that you're giving them. If you're extra compassionate and loving and you're open with these people, that's what you want back, And if they're not giving that back to you because some of them just quite literally can't give that to you right now, or they haven't been able to, I should say, because they've been so consumed by their own negativity, their own shadows, their own addictions, their own triggers. Like, they just didn't have the emotional or mental, spiritual capacity to give you what you've been giving them, But I do see this, like, there's more balance coming in. Those situations that maybe you felt like you've been fighting so hard to, like, get somebody to see where you're coming from, to get somebody to see your worth, to get somebody to show up for you. You don't have to do that anymore. And this is like a weight lifted off of your shoulders. I feel almost like a sigh of relief. Like, finally, like, you're starting to get on the same page as me again. Like, you do feel more evolved in your journey than some of your other relationships. And it's because you have been actively working through your trauma. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys have been putting more conscious effort into like working through the things that have held you back in the past. Whereas some of these other people, they haven't done that because they are too afraid to face what demons or skeletons lie in their closet, you know? But I do feel like you just being there for these people or this person, it could be a specific person. Like for some of you, this is a love interest, or like a family member, somebody that you have history with is kind of what I'm getting. Like this is a person that's been in your life for a while. But for others of you, this could just be like general connections, okay? So maybe you continuously kind of keep going through the same situations with different people in your life. Like, what is this trying to teach me? It's not that you needed to be taught anything, it's that you needed to show up and apply the lessons that you've already learned. You know what I mean? And in doing that, you're actually like helping those around you like do the same. Like you've learned this lesson or you are learning this lesson. And what you need to start doing in order to like fully integrate this is start applying what you've been learning. Some people like they learn lessons but they don't know how to apply what they've learned, and that's why they keep finding themselves in the same cycle. Like it's not that you needed to learn that lesson over and over again, it's that you needed to learn how to apply what you've learned. Let's see, for October and November, or September and October, right? Yeah, September and October, we got transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. I like this. This makes me think of like Kundalini rising, like you guys going through some sort of like Kundalini awakening. That honestly makes so much sense. And this also makes me think of like the crown chakra as well. So it's making me feel like you guys are like at the end of like a Kundalini awakening. You guys have probably been going through this for a long time. It's like years of processing trauma and old energetic baggage from not even just this lifetime, but many other lifetimes, right? It's releasing anything that is no longer serving you. But in order to do that, you have to have all of this brought up to the surface. And that is a very triggering and chaotic process. So if you feel like the last few years have just been very like triggering for you, very chaotic, very troubling, very challenging, it hasn't been for no reason. Okay, like your work that you've been doing, even if it hasn't been, you know, physically noticed, spiritually you are being very rewarded. And even 43 breaks down to a 7. This is all spiritual energy. So we got the 8 of Cups with doorways. It's funny because your card that you guys chose is literally a doorway. And we got Knight of Wands with impulsiveness. Look, we got literally a Wands and a Cups card. It's just giving me the vibe of alchemism, like alchemists. But yeah, this 8 of Cups, like you guys have been walking away from things that no longer have like a place in your life. You no longer resonate with them. You no longer feel like there's anything that you can gain from them. It's like you've been feeling the urge, the need to like release this habit, this person, whatever. And it's just taken you till this very moment to actually like feel confident in your decision to do that, because the Knight of Wands is a very confident energy. If you look at this Knight of Wands, he's literally in the same position as the motherfucking Hanged Man, and his eyes are closed. He's very still. You know what your soul needs. You're following the voice of your soul and you're allowing it to guide you, and like you have just this new perspective on life that is helping you through quite literally this transition that you're going through. You know what I mean? Like you've been on a journey of self-discovery, of learning who you are, of bettering yourself and bettering your life. And I feel like for a long time, like you haven't felt like you have the energy to fully like give yourself what you know you deserve. Like if you want to change your diet, you want to start moving your body more, you want to start dressing better, taking better care of yourself, you know what I mean? You might not have had the energy for it as much in the past or as of recently. Of anything that you're like doing wrong, it's because you've been working so hard energetically and spiritually. But now that like some of this energy is like integrated, you're gonna have more energy for those things that you've been desiring. Because this Knight of Wands is giving me like, yes, the stillness, but it is still this very fiery, passionate, and driven energy. With this rabbit being here, rabbits are a symbol of innocence, of fertility, purity. Your energy is just lighter in general. Like you've been purified, you've been going through this purification. That's all part of the Kundalini rising energy, this Kundalini awakening that you've been going through. It is purifying you, quite literally. It's like going through a energetic and spiritual purification. So I do feel like by September and October, you're going to be feeling more energized to go after the things that you do actually desire and to start doing more self-care is something that I'm getting. So for November and December, we have the heart chakra with number 4. And it says the frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. We keep getting that harmony message, and I was getting that when I was looking at your door. I feel like November and December, you're going to be feeling a lot more just balanced overall. And you've already been going through this major heart chakra awakening. I feel like by November, you're going to feel how open you are compared to where you maybe started at the beginning of the year. There's almost like this feeling or period where you go through like reflection in a sense, like, and you see like how far you've really came. And I do feel like that's just going to fill you with so much gratitude. Like, you're going to be so grateful that you went through all of this shit throughout this year. This year reduces down to, I think, a 9. Yeah, it reduces to a 9. So 9 is all about introspection. It is about the inner journey. It's about integration, doing shadow work. And that's why this year has been like kind of dark for some people, kind of challenging, and it's because we needed to go through these experiences in order to open up our path ahead. By November and December, your path is open, your heart is open, you feel more connected, more attuned, and this, I feel like, is just connecting you to like a higher version of yourself that is going to carry you through 2026. It's crazy that we're already doing a rest of the year fucking messages anyways. Like, this year flew the fuck by, but yeah. We got the King of Pentacles with Mentor. And we got the Six of Pentacles in reverse with Gifts. This makes me feel like by November and December, whatever you feel like you've lost over the last year, even 6 years, because we do got 2 6s here, over the last couple like years to 6 years, whatever you feel like you've lost, like especially monetary matters, physical matters, you are reclaiming this November and December. There's this sense of like, maybe like I was saying it, I think it was when I was talking about your door, like or maybe it was the abundance card. I don't know. I was talking about at some point in this, like maybe you getting some sort of lump sum of money, like randomly, but it's not actually random because this is actually your money. This is your money that you've lost or invested or something. Like, it's yours. It's already been yours. It's coming back to you. There's this feeling of like you receiving money, receiving financial stability or opportunities to like expand or grow your money is coming up. I'm also feeling like in November and December, you could be put in a position to be some sort of like mentor. Maybe you're training somebody or you're training for a new job. There could be somebody training you. This could be vice versa, okay? You could be training somebody, you could be in a higher up position, or somebody in a higher up position could be training you for a new position or a new job. Is something that I'm also getting. I feel like for some of you guys are walking away from a job or a situation that was not paying you what you deserve. Like you were overqualified for the position, and you guys standing in your motherfucking power and going after that position that maybe you felt too afraid to go after because maybe you thought you weren't qualified enough. But you've been overqualified. You've been overqualified. Let's be real. This position should have been yours. But if you don't value yourself, people will continue to not value you as well. And I think you, over the last 6 months, have been working on your self-worth and releasing limiting beliefs that affect your self-worth. And you're standing more in your power. You're standing more confidently. You know what I mean? So some of you guys could have the tendency to be like, over analytical, a perfectionist, you kind of nitpick, and even when you do good work, you kind of like tear your work apart, like, oh, I could have did better, or I could have did this differently, or I could have did that. Like, I feel like by the end of the year, you're not being as rigid. You're learning to be more like accepting and appreciative of the work that you do. Like, you do good work, period, whatever it is, okay? And this is part of this like heart chakra awakening, like you being more connected to your heart chakra, or your heart chakra being more open. Like you're just more accepting of what you bring to the table. You're going to be feeling a lot more grounded, a lot more secure. You might even be like moving as well. I don't know. I'm getting that for some of you guys. You guys could be moving into like a place, like if you rent, you could be moving into like a home. Like you guys could be becoming homeowners. I think I'm gonna end this here. Sending you guys lots of love. Please take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss when I upload, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hello group 3. If you chose the last door, this is gonna be a reading. When I was tapping into your guys' energy, I was seeing the waning crescent moon. And this is all about letting go, reflection, introspection, preparation for the new lunar cycle, new beginnings. And there was also a message about like the last quarter of the year. So the last 3 months of the year, if we break it down into 4 quarters, right, it would be the last 3 months, October, November, December. There's something significant about that time period that is just so important for you to, for some of you guys, for you to be alone in those last 3 months, because you're going through some significant transitional period before you enter into 2026. If you're watching this when I upload it, or whenever you're entering into the next year, okay? And Spirit is like highlighting a message of taking time to dive deeper into yourself and to kind of recall everything that you've experienced over the year and how much you've grown. Not just like reflecting on your lessons, but your successes, everything. It's like time for you to take in everything that has happened over the year, to digest everything. And that way, when you enter into the new year, like you've integrated everything that was needed from this past year. So that way you can start fresh. You can start anew instead of repeating old cycles or old patterns. And when I was looking at this door, I kept getting this message of the rest of the year feels like hope for you guys. Like that's like your overall theme for the rest of the year is hope is being restored. You're starting to rebuild. You guys maybe have just recently went through like a phoenix moment, or you're going through a phoenix moment where You know, you've been going through probably a really dark time, feeling very broken, feeling very lost, confused, lonely, but this isn't for no reason. Like, you've been actually being shaped. Every diamond is created through pressure and in a very dark space. And you've been being shaped into this beautiful diamond in the rough. And soon you're going to be shining brighter than ever. Let's see, what's the message on here? It says change beckons. Oh my gosh, yes. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed. A change beckons today. Yeah. The rest of the year is going to be about change. Like, there's already been a lot that's been changing for you over the last 6 months prior to watching this. But the next 6 months, you're going to really start to see how all of this transforms. I think prior to this, change has been more so happening within you. And now it's time for your external to reflect your internal. We're going to put this over here. Now we're going to dive into like the general overview and see like what the main energies are for the rest of the year. And then we're going to dive a little bit deeper and check out. I broke it down into 2 months at a time. So it'll be July and August, September and October, November and December. All right. Well, we have a tarot card and an oracle card for each section. So we'll dive a little bit deeper. So we have clinging to the past. I'm pretty sure this is the Five of Cups in this deck, but I could be wrong. The Five of Cups is about holding on to painful situations, feeling like you have a hard time letting go of like disappointments, heartache, betrayals, you know, things that have cut you really deep. And in some way, like you're holding on to it because you're like punishing yourself. And Spirit's like, it's time to let this go. It's time for you to move forward. You do not deserve to continue to put yourself through these painful situations and replaying these painful endings that you've went through. Everything has had to happen for a reason, and all of this was to help shift your perspective and help build you into the strong person that you are today. These situations, the fives are always very challenging, and they do represent obstacles, but they also are something that you grow and evolve through in a major way. And I feel like for you guys personally, like these experiences have been leading you closer to learning how to stop self-sacrificing, people pleasing, and to start pouring into yourself more. People aren't going to be happy with whatever it is that you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Okay, like that's just how people are. Some people are just never satisfied. Some people are never pleased. And it's not even anything to do with you. It's more so these people aren't satisfied with their own life. So they're going to find ways to try to tear you down, make you feel bad about yourself. But it's not because of anything that you are doing per se. It's these people are also holding on to a lot of disappointments, heartbreaks, projections, doubts, insecurities, and they're projecting this onto you. And right now is a period of learning what is yours to carry and releasing what is no longer yours or was never yours to carry, right? Things that you've outgrown, things that are outdated. It's like you're releasing that, and it's hard and it's painful, and it probably is also very triggering, but this work that you're doing, it's so much deeper than what anybody else can see on the surface. You feel it deep in your heart, deep in your spirit, deep in your soul, but nobody is truly ever going to understand what you're going through because your journey is so internal that there's no like physical proof of what you're experiencing until like you come out on the other end like this reborn, like I said, this phoenix, this reborn version of who you are. You know what I mean? Then people get to see how much work you've really been doing, how much you've really overcame. Like, you are somebody that has been through more than most. And Spirit just wants you to know that this, like, your journey, your feelings do not go unnoticed. You are valid. You are loved. You are respected. Even if people on the physical realm don't have the love, the heart, and the compassion to hold space for you, the universe does. Spirit does. And you are just cherished beyond what you can even fathom. We got power number 3. Reevaluate what it means to be creative, expressive, and full of joy. Step into your creativity, enjoy socializing, and express with joy in artful communication. And it's funny because I keep getting like my voice keeps going out. And when I was like looking at this 5 of Cups, for some reason I called it the 5 of Swords. But I feel like that's significant. I feel like you guys over the next 6 months are going to probably feel like it's a little bit more challenging for you to speak your truth. But where you're feeling challenged the most is where you're being asked to step up the most. So even if your voice shakes, even if your voice breaks, even if you feel nervous or scared, like, Spirit is encouraging you to step out, to speak your truth, because there is something powerful and healing for you through communication. There's something that needs to be heard, or you at least need to hear out loud while you're speaking it to another person. It's like when you actually hear it out loud, your brain is able to fully process like the falseness and the distortion of it. How this is not truth. This is like a limiting belief, or like somebody else's projection. And once you hear it out loud, you're able to like recognize it. You're able to call it out. And I feel like there's like a breakthrough when you hear something that you say, you speak it out loud. Once you hear it, you have some epiphany, some revelation, a breakthrough. We have joy. Go ahead, feel it. Pure, radiating, unapologetic joy. Feel your smile spread from ear to ear as your heart swells with utter bliss. We never need a reason to feel joy. Joy is all around us in everything and also in nothing. We simply have to allow ourselves to feel it. So go ahead, lean into it, let it out. The rest of the year is all about you speaking your truth and also going after what makes your heart truly sing, what makes your energy feel rejuvenated, what fills you with vitality, life force energy. Like, it's your time to shine. It's your time to shine. It's your time to feel good. It is your time to put yourself first, for you to choose to be unapologetically yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it is your time, pile 3. No more waiting for others to get on board with your vision or to wait for somebody's approval or validation. You're giving it to yourself. It's your time to stop waiting for the right moment and to create that moment for yourselves. If you wait on another person, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. So it's like, what are you waiting for? Like, get your ass out there. Do it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. It's time for you to just experience what life has to offer. We have whale and orca elders. Share your song. Frequency of sound and diving deep. Yes. Look, I can't make it up, you guys. You're following your own inner voice. You're going to the beat of your own drum. And it's time for you to start like sharing your frequency with the world. Like, you have so much to offer. You have so much wisdom, so much love, so much light, so much compassion. There is no other like you, you know. The rest of this year is just about you, like, really reclaiming your power and moving in your purest essence. You guys could quite literally, like, be, if you already have the gift of clairaudience, it could just be like extremely heightened for you for the rest of the year. You could be hearing songs or just like random noises, like spirit around you, or you might even hear like your ancestors or your spirit guides speaking to you. It could sound like your voice, it could sound like somebody else's voice, but I just am feeling like that is for you guys. Like, that is like a gift of your guys's, is you guys have the gift of clairaudience. Some of you guys might not even realize it, right? Because like I said, it might sound like your own voice, but really that's like your ancestors speaking to you. You're safe. I just feel like I want to tell you that. Like, you are safe. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've had a lot of root chakra trauma, sacral chakra trauma, things that have messed with your security, you feeling safe, you feeling confident and able to express yourself and to be authentic, things like that. Like, you've had a lot of trauma in these areas. You were silenced a lot as a kid, and you were failed as a kid. You were not protected as a kid. And like, your guides want you to know that they have you. So that was for somebody here. That might not be for everybody, but that was for somebody here. So let's dive into the more specific areas, I guess. So for July and August, we have the Knight of Wands. It says impulsiveness. And we have sacral chakra, number 2. The frequency of sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our life. Yes, I love this. You guys are like partnering up with the universe. I just am getting that vibe. Like, maybe where you felt like, you know, the universe was working against you. Because I'm hearing this Tink song, Whole World Against Me. That was like your guys' energy before. Like, just feeling like the universe was even against you. They don't have your back. Like, why do you keep going through all these hardships? Why, like, where's your break? When are you ever going to catch a break? You know, I just keep feeling that energy. And the universe is like, child, listen, like, everything had to happen the way that it did for you to be able to fully receive what the universe has in store for you. Like I said before, like, it's so much more than you could even fathom. And I feel like July and August, like, you have this spark coming back into you. It's like that hope is being restored. Your joy is being restored. Your creativity is feeling fueled again, you know, whereas maybe you felt burnt out prior to in the past, you know, the last 6 months, because you've been doing so much internal work. You probably had no energy for the things that you normally love. And now that spark is coming back, that passion, that drive, that joy is starting to come back July and August. Some of you guys, because I am already in July when I'm filming this, it's like by the end of July, entering into August, is when you'll start to feel the energy like really shift or see the energy shifting. You guys are on a path of like major success, major abundance. Those who usually suffer and struggle the most end up being some of the most successful people. And I feel that vibe with you guys. Like, yeah, you've been through a lot, but you're not allowing that to hold you back. It's like you guys utilizing it as fuel. And I'm also feeling like this healing coming into the root and the sacral chakra. Like I was saying before, like, you guys have had a lot of trauma in that area. That's where your abundance is not flowing. It's not because you don't deserve it or something. You do, but the energy is blocked from the bottom. You know, you're not able to ground it And that is the problem. Like, you have the gifts, you have the talents, you have the abilities, you have the gift of sight. You see it, you feel it, it's around you, it's all over in the cards, and you keep getting the message. But where is it? It's coming after this blockage is removed, and that's something that you guys are working through July and August, and then you'll be able to ground this abundance into this physical plane. And when I was shuffling your guys' cards, I did see the Empress card. So I'm telling you what, by the last 3 months, like, there's going to be a significant shift. Make sure that you guys are speaking up for yourself, though, and that you guys are just being authentic, you know, living your life with purpose. And I'm also hearing, like, stop over explaining, stop over apologizing. You don't need to apologize for shit. You don't need to apologize just for taking up space or for showing up for yourself or for being who you are. You know, like, why are you apologizing for that? That is a trauma thing. That is something that you feel like you have to do for your own safety. But you are safe now. You're safe now. You gotta let go of the past, of the pain, so you can fully heal. September and October, we have the moon in reverse with illusions as the key word. We have coherence with number 13. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. I love this. And number 13 is the card that is linked to the death card, right? And that's what I'm feeling, like you going through this major, like, phoenix moment, you know, by September and October. You guys are the person that you're going to be for, I'm going to say, the next 6 years because it feels significant. Like, the next 6 years are significant for you guys. I'm going to say 4 to 6 because some of you guys, it's going to vary. This is a collective pick a card, you know. But, like, the next 4 to 6 years, like, this is who you are, you know. Like, yes, you might evolve more into this energy, become more comfortable with it, and be able to utilize it more. But, like, this is who you are. You are no longer identifying with the outdated stories, the outdated belief systems, lifestyle choices that you've made in the past. Like, this is no longer who you are. The people that you've resonated with, no longer who you are, you know. So, of course, everything is going to shift. Everything is going to change. Because you're stepping more into your power. You're stepping more into who you are. And this might piss a lot of people off. I ain't going to lie. This might piss a lot of people off. But you didn't come here to please everybody. You're never going to be able to please everybody. Let me rephrase that, okay? You're never going to be able to please everyone. So look out for yourself. Because if you don't look out for you, who's going to? Nobody. Nobody will. You have to put yourself first. You have to make sure that you are number one in your own story. Otherwise, your story is going to, by the time you die, your story is going to be about everybody else. And what did you ever actually do? You know, what did you ever actually do other than put all of your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations on hold to make sure everybody else was good, make sure everybody else was comfortable? Nothing. You're going to pass with a lot of regrets. And that's the opposite of what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit wants you, when you leave this plane, to feel good about the work that you've done here. You did some hard shit. Okay, I keep hearing you can do hard things, but you've done some hard shit in this life, and you were dealt, like, a shitty hand of cards. Not a lot of support, not a lot of love, not a lot of compassion, and your heart is way bigger than the ones that you have encountered in this lifetime. And I feel for you guys. It makes me want to cry because I feel for you guys. That is a hard space to be in. And I feel like right now you're kind of, like, learning to make peace with like who you are at your core. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is just who I am. Like, I'm just always going to be able to hold more space for people and have more patience and compassion for others than they're going to have for me. Because you are the gallon, and these people around you are pint-sized people. That's why you got to fill your own cup, because none of these pint-sized people are going to be able to pour into you the way that you're going to be able to pour into you. That's why you can fill so many other people's cups and still not be depleted. But that doesn't mean that that's your job. Okay? It's not your job. And September and October, you're like really understanding this. You're learning how to set good boundaries. You're learning how to discern, to see through the bullshit. You know what I mean? To see through people's impure intentions and to see where people are functioning from. Your your ability and your gift for sight is like no other. You guys are definitely very psychic in nature, and that just comes very naturally for you guys to be able to see through people's masks, to see through people's, and this can be a great thing, but it can also be something that tends to hurt you sometimes because you see people for who they are at a soul level and not who they're choosing to be in this physical realm. And sometimes that bites you in the ass, but that doesn't mean you should ever wish to not have that gift or that ability. Yes, it can feel like a curse sometimes, but to be able to have so much empathy and love and compassion, like, it truly is a gift from God. Not a lot of people have, it's not that they don't have it, it's a lot of people are not as deep, aware, and spiritual as you are. This is not your first rodeo. Your soul is so ancient. It's been through many years of going through hardships and challenges that have shaped you into this loving, compassionate soul that you are today. I just had like the weirdest thing happen. I had this paused so I could try to think of what I was trying to say. And like something flashed over the screen. It was so crazy. It like made my heart stop for a second. It kind of scared me a little bit. I don't think it was anything bad. Obviously, like, only positive spirits are allowed to be around me, but oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. Tripped me the fuck out. I was like zoned out, and then it was like, whew. It was like light, like a light. Woo, baby. Um, let's move on to November and December. We got the Four of Cups in reverse. And we have belief with number 11. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to source. Wow. So yeah, by November and December, like, your whole belief system is changed. Like, you have been mastering individuality, innovation, creativity, connection, communication throughout these last 6 months. And by the last 2 months, like, the way that you see everything now is you see it through the lens of truth. You no longer see it through that distortion, them projections, them limitations. You see the bigger picture. You feel the bigger picture. You are the bigger picture. Like, you have transformed into the bigger picture. You are the cosmos. You are everything that is all of creation, if that makes sense. The last 2 months, you're not settling for anybody or anything that you know you don't deserve. So if somebody tries to give you breadcrumbs, you don't even pay them no mind. Whereas maybe in the past that would have triggered you and you would have had to like feel like you had to prove yourself worthy of more. Like, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're not over explaining. You're not over giving. You're giving people the same energy they give you, and you're not holding back. You're going after everything that you deserve. everything that you've earned. And this is beautiful. Like, I really see this like attracting your wildest dreams to you. Like, you are creating the path. You are the trailblazer. You are the trailblazer. Okay? When offers come your way, I feel like you are going to be able to see these offers for what they really are. Like, if somebody is trying to give you something and they're trying to kind of paint it gold and put some sparkles on it, trying to make it look like pretty, you know, like, oh, choose this. Yeah, this is a good offer. But really, when you open the box, there's like shit inside, you know, like you'll be able to see that shit. You'll be able to see it before you even see it, if that makes sense. Like, soon as the energy even approaches you, you're able to discern. Like, your guys' gifts and abilities, like, are just otherworldly, is what I'm hearing. They're otherworldly. And I feel like you guys, because of all of this work that you've been doing over the last 6 months, by the end of the year, like, you're just next level. You're just next level. Nobody can fuck with you unless they are on that same level as you. Like, you're no longer trying to lift everybody and they mama up. Okay, do the fucking work. Meet me halfway or get the fuck out of my way. Okay, that's your energy. It's unapologetic. It's not unforgiving. Like, you're still a very forgiving person, very compassionate, but you just have better boundaries. You no longer are putting your worth into what other people say that you bring to the table or what other people perceive you as. Like, you know, everybody else is limited by their own limiting perception. You know what I mean? So if their perception is limited by their own insecurities and doubts, you know that the only way that they're going to be able to view you is through that lens. You're not taking it personal. You're not taking it personal. You're not taking this as an attack on your character. You're letting them reveal their own reflection of how they feel about themselves to you, you know? Heal that shit. Like, you're the alchemist. I feel like no matter what energy, no negativity, whatever, like, approaches you by the end of the year, it, like, really does not phase you. Like, you're unfazed, unbothered. And this is a good energy for you guys to be in. I feel like you guys just care so much, sometimes too much, about things that don't care about you as much. You know what I mean? It's not to say like you should shut yourself down and, like I said before, like, feel any type of way about feeling like that. That is a gift in itself, but you definitely need to have boundaries when you are a person that tends to feel more than most. Because otherwise, you're constantly going to be frustrated, constantly going to be feeling drained, constantly going to be feeling misunderstood, defeated, okay? Like, and that's not the energy that you need to flourish in. You need to feel free. You are free. You are somebody that is meant to experience just so much more than what you have experienced thus far. And I'm praying that you guys get to have that in this lifetime. You deserve it so much. You deserve so much. You guys are on the right path, and I just want to tell you guys that the rest of this year, like, you're right on target. You're not missing anything. Nothing is passing you by, and like, you are developing and evolving at such a beautiful pace. Don't underestimate your power and don't underestimate your journey. So, sending you guys lots of love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss when I upload. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Please take care of yourself. Bye.